Thank you, Frank. The first person I'll be talking to is Willem van Zeeland. He's the head of 3 for 12. It's a big music platform in the Netherlands. It may be a little bit hard to explain in a few words what it is exactly, but Willem is going to try anyway.
Yes, I'll try. Thank you very much, Job. I'm an editor-in-chief for 3 for 12, as well on the radio side as on the internet side. And I don't know how many of you know 3 for 12, the internet platform. Hardly anybody? Okay, I'll explain. We are, with VPRO, we are part of the Dutch National Public Radio. And back in 1998, people working there were concerned that the National Public Radio was going too much into a mainstream profile. So they thought we create our own music platform next to the National Public Radio. It's an internet platform, and that will be our main station. And it will be focused on alternative music, including dance music. So they started the website 3 for 12, and it was linked still to the late night radio show on 3FM, the national pop rock station. And people were afraid that the alternative music was going more late night, and even in the end would have been banned from the station. This didn't happen. It's 2011 now, and we're in a good collaboration with the National Public Radio at the moment as their alternative platform, but not as a protest movement anymore. And we, and when I say alternative music, that's then the more progressive forms of dance music, electronic music are a part of that, to my opinion, and it's also part of what we show on our site. I'll give you a brief overview of what it exactly is. Excuse me. This is the opening page. We do a lot of journalism. There's a coverage of Amsterdam Dance Event at the moment, of course. Our editors write a lot of news articles about what happens on festivals. They're also at CMJ at the moment. It can be about Amsterdam Dance Event, about the new Tom Waits album. That's the journalist core of what we do. Then the most popular part of our website is called De Luisterpaal. That's Dutch. It's kind of a jukebox filled with new albums. Hey, that's my mailbox.
It's like a listening station.
It's like a listening station. It has new albums, full albums, and it really looks like a record store. You can go through all these albums and stream them completely. And this is the most popular part of what we do.
How many listeners do you have?
We have around 10 million listeners a year. In this part, and you can also get it as an app, as an application for your iPhone or your iPad or your BlackBerry. Then we have a TV player in which we show video content of shows we recorded. This is an older show. This is the show that Nirvana gave in the Paradiso Amsterdam in 1991, and we rerun this one because of the 20 years anniversary of the Nevermind album. But it also has like a show by Deus, a very popular band from Belgium, at the Into the Great Wide Open festival. We also have, and that's of course most interesting to this festival, we have a big database of DJ sets. This is more than 4,000 DJ sets that people can listen to. Here you see the chart of what is popular at the moment, and these are recordings with from festivals that we work together with, like Lowlands or Mysteryland or Awakenings or the Amsterdam Dance Event. Another thing I would like to show you is our local divisions. We in our news section, we also work together with local divisions throughout the whole country. Volunteers are working there, writing for our website, writing their own articles, and this really makes us connected to really all the smallest venues in the country, the smallest artists that are often being discovered first by our people working for those local divisions. For example, recently there was an album by a band from Rotterdam called Rats on Rafts, which is very well acclaimed critically. And we looked on our own website and we saw that in Rotterdam already our local division was following this band for a very long time. This is, for example, the Amsterdam division, who also follow Amsterdam Dance Event much more on a local scale. When we are at a festival that we really have a media partnership with, we make a special festival website for this festival, and we are building this through a kind of mashup technique. So we really make a mashup of articles, audio content, video content, and we can design this during the festival any way we want. This is the Lowlands festival site. The festival is finished, of course, but you can still see all the reviews, all the interviews, all the articles, and there's also a player with all the concerts, as far as we still have the rights to stream them. During Lowlands, there is also on this site, and that is the opening part. Then there's a live stream from this festival, and before the festival, like a month in advance, we have a special luisterpaal, like I just showed you, with the albums of all the artists playing at the festival, so people can really look at who's playing, listen to the music, and see check out what they want to see. And we are building now a new 3 for 12 website, and it's going to be released end of this year, beginning of next year, depending on how fast the technicians get everything done. And this new website will be totally in this mashup technique, which will make us much more flexible in the way we design it and the way we make priorities on our website. At the moment, this is really very strict. The design is as it is, and we have to work in that frame. This content is also much easier embeddable than the content on our own website, and that's also going to be the case in this new website. So when we work together with a festival like Awakenings, we show the DJ sets and the video content and the radio shows and the articles on our own website, but it is also fully embedded on the Awakenings website. So they host it also from their websites, that makes it very attractive for both parties to collaborate during festivals within the concept of such a festival website. Then our new site is going to be much more video driven and less text driven. Text and journalism are still going to be important, but video is going to be more leading in the process.
And why is this? Do you think this is a major development for music websites in general, or is it specifically good for you?
It has several reasons. We see people like to listen to audio. It's all, let me say audio and video driven. But the most popular part of our website is always the albums that people listen to, the shows that people listen to, and the video content that they can see. That's more popular than the articles, apart from some articles that really have some hot news. And it has also to do with regulations around public broadcasting, where it is also the law that audio and video should be leading there and not journalism, that public broadcasters should not try to be newspapers.
Right.
And then it's going to look like this. It is still work in progress, but it's a bit of a... Come on. A bit of an example of what we are working on now. Here you see an article. It's a review of the James Blake show at Lowlands, but next to it you see already the video of the James Blake show that we edit as soon as possible after the show, and we can place it next to the review. But we also have here the James Blake album that people can play, or maybe a track from his album, depending on what they give us the rights for. It also has like a Lowlands playlist with our most important acts from Lowlands 2011 that people can play, and we can push anything. It's a mashup technique, and these are teasers. So if we think, well, those people who like James Blake should also listen to Jamie Woon, we can also add like a Jamie Woon album here. It is a mix of guidance and consumer-generated content, or better said, consumer-generated playlists, because this is where you make your playlist. And when you want to play like this concert, when you push play, it starts playing in this player immediately. And when you push the plus, it's added to your playlist. So you can create your own playlists with concerts, with songs, with albums, whatever you like. And this player keeps on playing when you search through the website. So that gives a whole new experience in this festival website. You can browse through the site, you can read the articles, and at the same time you can add songs or DJ sets or full concerts to your playlists, and it will keep on playing on your screen here in this player. We think it is important to give people the opportunity to create their own playlists, to design what they want to hear according to their own taste. But we also think that guidance is important, and it's an important function for us. So we also want to guide them through this large database of material and show them what we think is the most interesting there. But once the audience decides it's someone else, that's also fine. So that's more or less the way we are going to design our new website, the way we think about it, and the way we translate this into our form of festival coverage. And I think it is a very nice way for public broadcasters to work together with festivals. We're going to do a larger amount of festivals next year, and I hope technically everything goes right, and that this way of working, the first festival where we are really going to do this in full effect, will probably be the Eurosonic Noorderslag Festival in 2012 in January.
And because it is will be less text driven, will that mean that you have more range for a broader musical scope and maybe include some more of hard dance music that you occasionally cover, but not very much?
We don't cover very much hardstyle music. What is complicated at the moment is that public broadcast, we are not allowed anymore to do things internet only. So everything we do should be linked to something that happens on radio or TV. Well, to get a hardstyle event on one of the main radio or TV channels, I think that's a hard race. It's even a hard race to get a big festival like Lowlands or the Amsterdam Dance Event on those main channels. So I think the biggest chances out there where there is a crossover. So like for example, Mysteryland, we cover that on radio and on television. BNN covers that in television, but let's say the national public television covers the festival, and that gives us the opportunity to deliver enriching content on the internet, and that people on TV can say, well, if you want to know more about the Mysteryland, and if you want to know more about what happened on other stages, if you want to see or hear full shows, you can go to the Mysteryland Festival website at 3 for 12, and we can deliver the content, and this could perfectly be a hardstyle, not a problem. It's same as when it comes from the Amsterdam Dance Event.
Right, but if you are a hard dance artist or label or producer or event or whatever, and you want to get on national public radio or internet, you need to be on a crossover platform like a festival where other styles of music are also
let me say,
present.
I think it's the easiest way. Yeah.
Because mainly they are focusing on their own events.
Yeah, well, I think to a certain level that's also the power and the unique selling point of the genre, that you should always keep that way. But I think it's all. But it's also possible to mix things. I think here at the Amsterdam Dance Event or at Mysteryland, you can perfectly create a hardstyle event within a larger contest without having to do very heavy concessions, as far as I can see it.
Mm-hmm. And is it also maybe because it is difficult to find professional music journalists who are knowledgeable about this style of music and who can work with it and write about it with any authority?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say that's the case without trying better first. To find such a person, at least to record the content in audio and video.
That's easy.
That's easy, yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Willem? He's the head of the main alternative music platform for Dutch public radio and internet. Yes.
You can only write about things that are on television or radio, but you cannot terugkoppelen to you have no influence on the television and radio part.
Well, on the radio part we have our own radio shows. We have 3 for 12 radio every evening during the weekdays, and we have White Noise with Dave Clark, and we have Dansen met Delsk, which is really a night show. So that's how far our influence goes on radio. And we have sometimes, we do Lowlands on television. We do some festivals on television. So we have a small influence on that, but not a very strong one. And to be a bit more specific, it doesn't have to be literally the same as what is shown on TV, but it has to be somehow connected.
Anyone else? No, then I'll see you at 2 o'clock, where Willem will still be here, and we also have Dave Haynes from SoundCloud.com, and Rudy Peters from Hardstyle.com, and we'll be talking about online music channels. So.